Hello everyone and welcome to another vlog. I am extremely happy to see that the things that I've put in motion have really started paying off, and just recently I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a hard push on YouTube, and I'm going to do the one thing that has always been suggested by people who grow their channel, who make a ton of money on Kickstarter and everything else. You have got to bug the people you know. And it starts there, right? And then people start seeing that you have something like, ooh, this person has numbers. Let me go and support that person because they have numbers or they're on the rise. And that's what I was hoping. You know, I was really hoping that I would be able to gain an audience by the people who say that they're my friends, right? So I went on YouTube and I was like, hey, look, you know, the pandemic's killing all my conventions. Would you mind signing up for my channel over at YouTube or on YouTube? Because I would love to be able to get remonetized to try and get new revenue in. And you know, the best thing about this is that it doesn't cost a thing, right? I had people ask me, like, well, how much money do you need? I'm like, I don't need any money. I mean, unless you're willing and you want to go support me on my Patreon, which I'm not pushing, but if you want to, have at it. But I was like, this costs you nothing. It's just a click, right? And you might actually find something that you enjoy. You might find that I have videos that are worth it to you. So you might as well go ahead and just check it out, click the button, done, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? Right? But the thing is that you can't be afraid to ask, right? I think one of the biggest things that a lot of artists face, or anybody at this point, is they're like, I don't really want to ask. I don't want to burden anybody. I think that if I do that, you know, they're going to think something, stop it, right? And I'm realizing that now. I was that person. I'm like, oh, I don't want to bug these people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to bug family. I don't want to ask them for anything because they shouldn't have to. But to be honest, especially if it's a YouTube following, a Facebook following, they clicked on befriend for whatever reason that is, right? Whether it's I knew you in high school, college, I saw you at work, I saw you at a convention, whatever the case may be, they're there because they like you, whether they said something or not. Like just today, I actually talked to someone. I'm like, hey, would you mind subscribing? And the last time I talked to that person was in 2012. That's horrible, right? But it's like, all right, so 2012, I'm like, hey, you know, I asked them for something, I talked to them about something else, and then that was it. That was 8 years ago. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, absolutely, right? And I think that in this digital age, time just stops mattering, right? Like if you didn't pick up the phone and talk to somebody for 8 years, you had some explaining to do, you know, right? You'd be like, hey, how's it going? I know you haven't heard from me in 8 years, but with social media and all these platforms to where you can say something and then never say anything again, people don't care. They're like, all right, cool. Oh, hey, how's it going? And you pick up just right where you were. So the fact that something like this exists, if you have a friend list, right, and you're looking at Facebook and you're like, I have 500 people that like me. Guess what? Hit up those 500 people. Are you going to get all 500? Absolutely not. No, it's just not going to happen. But if you can get a percentage, if you could just get 10% of those people to say, yeah, sure, you know, then that's 50 people. That's 10% more than you already had, right? We have to stop looking at things like, oh, well, I only got 10% and be upset and go, well, I didn't have that 10% in the first place. You know what I mean? And so now you've grown it by 50 people. And then if those 50 people react to the things you're doing, you're going to start building your influence and stuff like that. If you have Twitter or Instagram or whatever the case may be, throw it in there. Like, I'm going to start hitting up Instagram in a little bit, right? And be like, hey, I know that, you know, you don't know me and whatnot, but hey, would you mind giving me a follow here? You know, so I'm going to start posting all these videos that I've already done. That's the key about Instagram, right? And especially now with Facebook Creator, you can actually upload your videos to Facebook Creator and then it shoots it out to Instagram. So now you don't even have to worry about loading it to your phone, right? Getting the video, loading it to your phone, putting it on, you know, Instagram used to be a pain in the butt as far as doing that, because it's like, well, I made this video, all right, well, I can't just add a link and it works. I can't just talk about it, or point you somewhere. I have to download it to my phone, and then I have to send it out again, which is a pain in the butt, depending on how much space you have on your phone and all that good stuff. Now, since Facebook bought it, they're like, oh, they created a whole thing called Facebook Creator, and then you can schedule your Instagram posts, you can upload video right away. It's great. So I'm going to start utilizing that, and I'm going to start bombarding people with videos like, hey, you should check out this video. And they're old, right? I'm going to start from old stuff. I'm like, hey, guess what? You should check this out. And that's where we're going to be, right? You got to start tapping into that. If you have an influence on anybody, use it, right? And so that's what I'm going to try and do. So far, it's been great. Like, I've doubled my, I've close to doubled the number of followers on YouTube just by taking like an hour or so a day and going, hey, would you mind? Check this out. Click the subscribe button, and it's working. So why not use it, right? If you have something to your to use, if you have something to where you can actually benefit yourself in some way, then do it, right? And even if it is, you're asking for money, but that there are people who are loyal to it, do it, right? Just go ahead. There are people who want stuff from you. Do it, especially as creators, or if you have some type of service, babysitter, if you're an electrician, or you're anything like that. Anyone who's like, oh, well, I don't really use social media, just talking to another person, right? I'm all about trying to print in the United States and stuff like that, and help small businesses and stuff like that. One of the people was like, oh yeah, we have a small printing company out in Washington. I'm like, great, do you have a link? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, great, click it. And I just asked them today, I'm like, look, I'm trying to do this project. How much would it cost to do this, right? Whether it happens or not, who knows? But if you have something, might as well use it, right? And so if I can have someone who I know who's on Facebook who liked me for whatever reason it was, and then I go, hey, I really want to use some of your services, great, then we all kind of win, right? And there's nothing that works better than working with, in this case, with your friends, right? Sometimes working with your friends is a train wreck, and you never want to do that, because it is absolutely horrible. You want something, they want something else, and they just. But sometimes it really works, and especially if you are working off of services, right? And you're like, hey, can you do this? And they're like, oh yeah, I can do that. And you're like, awesome. How much? And like, oh, well, you're a friend, I'll do this as long as I can do this, and they get a benefit out of it, you get a benefit out of it, and everyone is happy. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, that's what I'm really trying to promote with this Discord. It's like, put up what you do. What do you do? Oh, I do this. That's fantastic. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. Let's try and make this happen. A tight-knit community that really knows what they want, where they want to go, and how they can help each other, right? And right now it's starting off slow. I never expect anything to blow up, but it's like, hey, here's this thing. Got about 30 people in there, which is great, right? And those 30 people, not all of them are saying anything, which is also fine, but people do. They come in, they post something, we're like, oh, that's really cool. And, we have some active people, and eventually those active people will get more people, and then we're going to go from there, all right? So the thing is that, once again, I don't know about you, but I want this. Right? I said it, in previous videos, do you want this? You got to ask yourself, do you actually want it? I want it, and I'm willing to put in the time and the effort, and blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm going to make it happen. And so this is where we're at, right? And I'm like, I started this new thing. I'm doing this whole thing, trying to create new product, gonna bug a lot of people. Now's the time to do it. So now I'm doing it, and that's it. That's all that there is. And so I hope that you feel the same way. I hope that by watching these rants, these little end of the day confessionals and whatnot, that you're gonna go do it. And I would, I would take you on convention tours and cool stuff. If there's a new comic book store, if there's a new whatever, I want to take you there and show you, and life is gonna be great. But I can't go anywhere. So, I've already missed out on 3-4 conventions. So sorry. The one thing I wanted to do, is it worth it for the conventions? Not gonna happen. So not until a lot later. So, but until then, these conventionals, that's what's going to happen. But I hope that they're motivating. I hope that you want to do stuff. You see someone working hyped up, you know, I can show you other things, or you could just check out my other channel. Right? Go to my other YouTube channel. I'll make sure to put a link in the card and all that good stuff. But check it out, subscribe, and you'll see all the artwork that I'm doing, all the hustling that I'm doing, and you can just check it out there, right? Or go to the Discord. I post a lot of stuff there. But I'm hustling to hopefully get you to do the same thing, and no matter what it is that you do, no matter what it is. But sometimes you just need to see someone else going, nah, I'm going to bust my ass. You should too. Alright? So, that's it for today's vlog. Thank you guys so very much for the support. And I hope that you're working, I'm working, we're hitting the grind, we're hustling, and we're going to make it work, right? 2020 can still be awesome. Alright? So, I hope to see you at the next vlog. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you later.